Hi, this is Paul Puckett, and a shout out to Jason Flatch, Rusty, and the crew at State Farm Insurance in Sarasota. Why? Because I had a plan. I wasn't going to go through a Category 4 again, and it was still out to sea when I woke up. So I thought, you know what? Buddy and I are going to head out to Okeechobee, and then we can go south or north depending on what that storm does. Good plan, except that radar indicated a position that I thought was the storm. It was actually a future position of the storm. So I drove towards Arcadia on 70 with this little guy hanging out with me in the car. He got excited when that wind picked up. So did I. It ended up being a 27-hour experience driving all the way to the Peace River, finding a flood, driving through a bunch of floods, trees and stuff, and then turning around, going back out to 27. I ended up having to go to my hometown, Bartow, Florida. Ended up in Lakeland with fumes in my gas tank. Well, I found an open gas station that had power, but they didn't have fuel. And most of Lakeland, storm had just passed through 6 hours before the edges, and they had no power. I looked over at Buddy and I said, well, we left 27 hours ago, and we may not be going anywhere for a while. You know, Buddy's smart. He looked over and he went, don't you have roadside assistance? I said, Buddy, this is a disaster area. It's not going to work. But I took out my handy dandy cell phone, found out I was covered, even for being out of gas. And then I set the phone down on the dashboard and leaned back to see just how long it would take to get a response. Well, less than 5 minutes later, a text message. Your fuel will arrive in 9 to 39 minutes. And 30 minutes later, fella showed up, put 2 gallons in my tank, and he also told me where an open gas station was. Because 2 gallons in an Armada doesn't mean a whole lot from a distance standpoint. So I just wanted to thank State Farm, Jason Flatch, Rusty, and the crew, because I'll tell you something. For 50 years, they've said, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And when I needed them, they were there. And an hour later, after navigating some interesting roads with trees and power poles down across them, we got back home. Thanks again, guys. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it.